If you're here, then you already know who she is. Lydia Tarr.
Welcome back to Just a Guy Reviews. My name is Matt Sula, and today we will be talking about the new Todd Field movie, Tar. Tar is starring Cate Blanchett as Lydia Tarr, who is this renowned composer on the brink of recording a new album and launching her career into the next already stratosphere because she's already one of the greatest composers on the planet. And as a lesbian woman at that, makes it even more incredible as you listen and watch this movie. Going into it, I only knew a little bit about it. At first I thought, why would I want to watch a movie about a music composer, a classical music composer at that? I mean, it's 2023. Why would I want to watch anything about classical music? But this movie was incredible. From the first beat that the actual movie started, because when you hit play on this movie, you're going to get the credits first. The normal credits that you would see at the end, where you would see producers, the sound people, the editing, all that, all at the beginning of the movie for the first 4 minutes, which is very intentional, as I will get into when talking about this movie. But it was also something that I thought was really smart because, no one hangs around for the credits anymore unless it's a Marvel movie where there might be a after credits scene. No one's watching the credits. No one gives a shit about who edited the sound, who tinkered this, and that. So I thought it was actually a pretty good move to get people's names out there, although I'm sure most people didn't read them anyways, and they went really fast. I tried to look at a few of it. It went really fast, but it just shows you how many people go into making a movie. And Tar is 2.5 hours long, which I know turns a lot of people off, and it's why a lot of the Oscar nominations for Best Picture and everything, I'm pretty sure like 7 of the 10 of them had to have been 2.5 hours, including this that's nominated for Best Picture. But it shows you the life of Lydia Tarr. And, in the first scene, she's being interviewed, and the interviewer is going down her list of accomplishment after accomplishment. Lead of the New York City Orchestra, Boston, and now she's in Berlin. Just all these incredible things that every composer can only dream of. And this movie is a very interesting take on the culture or the time that we live in now with cancel culture, because it brings up the conversation that we all have very often, which is the separation of art and the artist. Because this entire movie shows how to get to where she was, she had to manipulate people to get what she wanted, and then as she continued to grow the ranks, she continued manipulating people, getting away with things that no one else would, because she is so great at her art. And in the beginning of this movie, she has this assistant who is a aspiring composer, and she's thinking that she's gonna be able to work her way up through the ranks as her assistant, that maybe one day she can be the guest composer or substitute composer if Lydia was never there. And she's getting these messages from a past player, pretty much saying that Lydia is a terrible person, she destroyed her life, this and that. And later you come to find that Cate Blanchett, Lydia Tarr, the character, may or may not have abused her power over this girl that, I don't know, let's say she played the violin. She abused her power over this girl and got her to do sexual favors for her. And then later on, like, she, I guess, got clingy or something, or started saying that she would go to the police, and Lydia was basically like, who are they going to believe, you or me? This really, like, manipulative, horrible shit. And it then follows the fall, because this news gets out into the media, and then her crisis advisor basically like, it'll go away. Didn't go away, obviously. Then you watch her career go down, until she's basically reduced to composing in front of I don't know if it was a furry convention or something. It was something weird, fucking hilarious. But there was one scene in particular that was incredible. Actually, I'm sorry. The story of the cancel culture is really, really powerful, because a lot of people would come into this movie thinking, obviously, you have no idea what happens the first like hour and a half of this movie with this person that keeps emailing. You come to find out that she killed herself because of Lydia Tarr, all this. And what really makes this movie so powerful is that the abuser is a woman, is a lesbian, and all these things that you just would never think that they would make this person the abuser. Like, I just watched She Said, obviously the movie based on Harvey Weinstein and all that. Whenever we think of an abuser, we think of an old white guy. Really, someone in power like that. You don't think of a white lesbian woman, which I know I read a few reviews saying like they were offended by this. If you were going to make this, how could you make this woman that? I thought it was such a great move. It made the movie so much more powerful, I thought. But what a one scene in particular that I know several people have talked about that I think is simply incredible was in the classroom. She was a guest professor at, I don't know, I think it was Juilliard, and she's having a conversation with one of the students, and she brings up Bach, and he's let's say he's 20. He's a 20-year-old, I think he's a black guy, and he asks, Cate Blanchett asked him about Bach, and he goes, as a, I'm gonna get this wrong and it might come back to bite me in the ass, whatever, as a non-binary black guy, I can't find myself to find the artistic genius or whatever behind a cis white man who sired like 20 kids. And Tar just goes on this whole entire monologue. It was incredible, of just saying, are you really going to sit there and tell me that because he sired 20 kids and he was born a cis white male that we can't look at what he did and study what he did and praise what he did? I mean, his music is timeless. Everyone knows Bach. Like, she goes into this whole thing about, like, what are we just gonna start judging everything about who did it, how they were born, this and that? It was I encourage everyone to watch this movie. As I said in the beginning, it is 2.5 hours long, which turns most people off to a movie, especially, like I said, a movie about a classical music composer. But this movie I thought was incredible from start to finish. Maybe not start to finish. There was about 10 minutes at the end that very, very much should have been shaved off. But important to the story nonetheless. It was nominated for Best Picture. It's not, I don't think it's going to win. I still think Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to end up taking the Best Picture at the Oscars this year. But Cate Blanchett, she won Best Actress at the Golden Globe. She's nominated for Best Actress at the Oscars, and I would be absolutely shocked if she didn't win. Her performance was incredible. She commands the screen. She became Lydia Tarr. That was not Cate Blanchett up there. That was Lydia Tarr. One of the best performances I've ever seen, I think. I put it up there with best performance I've ever seen is still Viola Davis in Fences. I don't care what anyone says. That's the best acting performance I've ever seen. And this performance in Tar by Cate Blanchett is right up there with it. My final rating for this movie is going to be 4.3 stars out of 5. I guess that would go to a 86% if you did it that way. But yeah, I'd give it an 86% for sure. 86%. It has a 90% from critics approval rating, 73 from audience. Understandable. It's not what the general audience wants to see. 7.6 on IMDb again. And like I said, there was some controversy behind the decision to make a lesbian woman an abuser. in this movie of abusing her power to get sexual favors from women, but I think it just makes it all the more powerful. I thought it was such a great choice. And like I said in the beginning about the credits in the beginning being 4 minutes long and going before everything, throughout this movie you see Cate Blanchett having discussions with people that she met on her way up to getting to where she is, and how she manipulates them. And it really just shows you that, like, as great as she is as a composer, you need the help of like everyone in the band, or whatever you call it, the orchestra. Everyone in the orchestra, they're fucking 80, not 80, yeah, probably like 80 people in the orchestra. You need all of them. You need all the politics behind the scene. You need this, you need that. It shows you that it's not all one person, it's everyone. And that's why I think they put or from what I understand, it's not really my original idea, that's why they put the credits at the beginning, showing you that, like, yeah, everyone's gonna look at this movie and go, directed by Todd Field, oh my god, what an amazing job, Cate Blanchett. But it's hundreds of people, maybe 1,000 people working behind the scenes to make art what it is. And I thought it was such a great decision. Great movie. Like I said, 4.3 out of 5 stars. This has been Just a Guy Reviews. I'm Matt Sula yet again. Go to our website at allion.com. Here at All Eyes on 69 on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the video, please. It'll help a lot with exposure. Follow on Twitter, All Eyes on Twit, and at Matthew Sula. That'll be it for me, guys. Till next time. Peace.